And welcome back to Glass City Racing. This week, iRacing dropped a brand new tire model for Season 3. It's already shaking up the sim world, and today we're going to take a deep dive in what changed, how it's affecting lap times, setups, incidents on the tracks, and more importantly, how you can get faster under this new model. First up, what exactly did iRacing change? The new Season 3 title model is all about 1. A more progressive grip as the tire heats up. 2. More punishment when you work on cold tires. 3. Heavier emphasis on warm-up routines. And more car-specific feel, especially in those GT3s. What's this mean? No more mashing that throttle cold out of the pit lane, and no more hyper-loose E-setups ruling the race every time. And now the big question. Are we faster under the new model? The short answer is yes. Top drivers at Daytona this week were seeing almost a full second faster lap times as they did in January. And if you're like most of us, rocking around a 1400 I rating, you're seeing about a 1.4 second improvement over Season 1. Now I have no direct evidence of this, but the question is, why did they pick Daytona to introduce this tire model? And I believe it's because there's a combination of long, high-speed straightaways with banking, tight technical turns like in T1 and T2 complex, the infield hairpins, and of course the bus shop chicane. That sudden direction change, stress on the tire temps, and grip. This variety forces drivers to manage their tire temps carefully, exactly what the new model was meant to emphasize. You can no longer just pin it on cold tires. These tires take work to get in the optimal range. Let's think about trail braking demands. Daytona's T1, Horseshoe, and the bus stop all have trail braking zones. Great spots to reveal how the new tire model handles off-throttle and braking transitions. Drivers now must feel more realistic in front bite versus early season slidey behavior. iRacing also needs benchmark data. Nothing's more popular than Daytona. The numbers that they were pulling out, the tons of telemetry and historical data they have, fans, setup shops can clearly see what needs to be changed and what needs to go forward. The popularity equals quick feedback loops. Daytona equals big fields and a lot of splits. iRacing wants to get early feedback on how this model behaves in traffic. More races equal more replays, more telemetry, and better refinement. Everybody loves pulling in on a Monday and getting that 4 gigs of download. You'll be seeing more of that in the future, but it's all going to provide better racing. All right, let's talk about how the new Season 3 tire model is shaking up things in the setup world. First, who are the big players when it comes to setups? You got VRS, Coach Dave's Academy, Hymo. There's tons out there. So how do these shops stay ahead when iRacing drops a new model? Well, it's all about early beta testing, massive telemetry runs, feedback from top splits, from their alien drivers, and constant updates. Most of these setups you download in week 1, well, they've already been on versions 1, 2, 3, and 4 by the time they reach your desktop. Now, will this model help or hurt these edgy esports setups? Well, at first, it's definitely made life a little tougher for the super aggressive Razor Edge setups. Alien drivers will adapt fast, however, but you'll start to see slightly more stable setups winning races. What about us mid-pack drivers? Well, the good news, this tire model really rewards consistency in tire warm-up. A lot of middle iRace drivers will see the gap closing a little bit as the times continue, especially in the first week. But here's a tip. Check out the fixed setup races. Fixed setups force you to learn braking, tire management, and car feel. Paid setups can't fix bad habits, so start with a fixed setup, build your technique, and then move to paid setups when you're ready. And remember, iRacing runs great fixed setup races every week to complement the Open Series. They're a little shorter, and people have a fast run, but it'll make you faster. Now let's think about behavior and how will this tire model change behavior. You know the story. Lap 1, turn 1 in iRacing, total carnage. For years, part of the problem was the old tire model had way too much grip early on. That encouraged drivers to win in turn 1, making huge dives on cold tires, usually ending in disaster. But this season, things are different. The new tire model changes the game a bit. Cold tires now have significantly less grip. It takes a lap or two for them really to come alive. And if you overdrive them early, you'll create the same situation we had before. Carnage in turn 1. In other words, aggression on cold tires just doesn't work anymore. It's a lot like driving on rain. You need to brake earlier, roll through those corners, give yourself space. Drivers who figure this out will stay out of trouble and gain spots in a smart way. Drivers who don't, well, they'll keep cruising into turn 1 and pile ups and pay the price. Will this new model finally end the turn 1 win culture in iRacing? In the top splits, yes, it sure will. In the lower splits, it'll take some time, but drivers will learn because now the physics will punish those old habits. It's just like driving in the wet. So treat those corners like a rain race. Slow hands, early brakes, look for the exits. You'll be amazed at how many spots you'll gain simply by surviving turn 1. All right, now we've looked at what's changed with the new tire model. Let's dive into the data and really tell us about racing at Daytona. First, the lap times are faster. Top drivers are finding about 1 second per lap, while mid-pack drivers, those around 1400 iRating, are seeing even bigger gains. Almost 1.5 seconds faster than back in season 1. So is the gap between the aliens and the mid-pack closing? Well, the answer is yes, but a little. The new model rewards good technique and consistent tire warm-ups, which gives more drivers a chance to run closer to the front. But here's something you really need to watch out for. When are most incidents happening? We look at dozens of races this week, and the hot spots are clear. Lap 1, turn 1, the biggest wreck zone by far. The bus shop chicane, mid-race, where drivers are pushing just a little bit too hard and feeling more comfortable with their tires. And of course, during pit windows, when the field's shuffling and the tire temps aren't perfect. What's our big takeaway with all this? The new tire model is changing the racing. It's faster, but it demands more from you as a driver. The fields are getting closer. The racecraft is more critical. The mistakes cost more. If you want to stay ahead, focus on clean tire warm-up, good technique, running both fixed and open setups if you're ready for the open setups. So you're learning a car and not just relying on the technique. If you do that, the new model can absolutely help you climb the ladder. Finally, let's take a look at the Season 3 GT3 schedule. iRacing is sending us to the World Tour of Tire Management. On technical tracks like VIR, Brands Hatch, the new tire model will punish cold tires and overdriving early. On fast tracks like Fuji, Road America, and Silverstone, tire temps balances are key to surviving the last race. And on rhythm tracks like Spa and the Bend, consistency and techniques will win every time. If you stay smooth, manage your temps, and learn a new model, you'll find yourself gaining spots in a long season. And off topic, has anybody seen this before? This happened to me. What is this coming out of the car as we're sitting here watching? Here's another look. It's a little bit from a distance. You can see it sprinkling out the outside. Now this closer look will give you an understanding. What is this? And it just went on and on and on and on. If you like these type of nerdy analysis of iRacing and sim racing, please check back to Glass City Racing. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.